Tonight's film is a dramatization based on court transcripts, police reports, and published accounts.
I just don't understand you. You complained all day yesterday and today about being sick, and now you want to go out. It's cold and miserable out there. Why don't you just stay inside tonight, and you can go out bowling next week?
You know I like to bowl on Sunday nights. Besides, the fresh air will probably do me good. I'm taking your car.
Try to be home early.
For a while. I'm feeling great tonight. That's fair? Mine. Oh, yeah? All right, let me see you, honey. Got it? Pick it up, pick it up. Let's go, Wally Wally Washington. Come on.
Oh, yes, right.
All right. If I bit you, would you taste like mint?
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, well, there'll be lots of other games. What about Kristen? She'll want to go, won't she? When does she come back from skiing?
Tomorrow, but I've already warned her she's got lots of homework to catch up on.
Well, if I think of anybody else, I'll call you back, okay?
I'll be here all night. Hello?
Hi, it's me again. I hated to see that ticket go to waste. So I called up the Pillar Stores, and Gary said he'd like to go.
Oh, Grace. What are you doing? Oh my God! Stop it, please.
Your telephone, can I help you?
Please don't.
Hello? Hello, this is the operator. Can you hear me? What's wrong? Hello?
Oh my God!
Hello, can you hear me?
Granville Springs Police.
This is the operator. I'm getting an emergency.
Check it out. Let's go inside. Everything's quiet here. I spoke to the store manager, says he hasn't seen or heard anything unusual. I don't think we got the right address. How do you want me to proceed?
You're cleared. 10-4.
That's a copy. All right, boys, let's go. Rolling out here.
One of these days, I'm gonna surprise you and actually be on time.
That's okay. I believe all good things come to those who wait.
Why, Paul? I always thought you wanted better than good. I always thought you wanted only the best.
That's why I'm here, Carolyn. That's definitely why I'm here. Hey, Jane?
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, what do you say there, partner? I was so comfortable in my bed.
Well, at least the traffic was light, huh?
Yeah, well, she's in there. I already walked through it. And Carlino's got the husband over here with the neighbors. So as soon as you're up to speed, you come visit us.
Okay.
Okay.
Detective Friedman. Look, I just wanted to say I'm real sorry about screwing up the way I did. It was stupid. What was stupid? You see, I was the first patrolman on the scene, and he had blood all over his hands. And when he asked me if he could wash it off in his neighbor's bathroom, I said it would be okay.
Who are you talking about, Solomon?
Yeah, the husband, Solomon.
Well, you're right. That was very stupid.
Can you please tell me what you're doing?
Sure. It's called a paraffin test. It'll tell whether or not you have nitrates on your hands. That comes from discharging gunpowder.
Does Carlino know he's already washed?
I figured we had nothing to lose.
Look, Mr. Solomon, I think we kept these nice folks up long enough. What do you say we finish this down at headquarters?
Could someone please do me a favor? Call my attorney. His name is Gary Pillersdorf. He's listed in Scarsdale.
Sure, we can take care of that for you.
Mr. Solomon, could you change it to something else, please? The forensic guys might need those.
Lieutenant. Lieutenant?
Officer DeSalvo, what can I do for you this time?
Sir, you asked me to let you know when the coroner had bagged the victim. So, Sir, he's done that. He's leaving now.
Thank you.
I tell my daughter. I'll tell Kristen.
One more time. At the bowling alley, Mr. Solomon, how many games did you bowl?
I didn't say that. I said I didn't say that I bowled. I told you.
Oh, you went bowling, but you didn't bowl.
Yes, that's right. Now, I often bowl on Sundays, but I didn't do it this time because I didn't feel well. I just went to see my friends.
What friends? Do you remember who you didn't bowl with? We'll check with them. We'll find out what score you didn't
Boy,
get.
you have to understand that we are going to check everything you say. We're going to check it. All your friends.
Just a second, all right? Now, I told you the truth. I went to the bowling alley. It's exactly like I told you, but I didn't bowl. And I didn't go home right away. I met somebody afterwards. I met a woman.
Well, let me try one.
You sure you have the stomach for it?
If you do, I do.
Oh, God.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Just like everything else.
Well, certainly can't top hamburgers and champagne, if that's what you're trying to say.
I guess I'm just an ordinary girl with extraordinary tastes.
A true contradiction in terms.
An oxymoron.
Like jumbo shrimp.
Or happily married.
Well, I guess considering everything I've done, I'm as happy as I have any right to be.
Don't say that. You deserve all the happiness in the world. And maybe being with me would make you happy all the time. It could be wonderful, Paul. We could run away tonight, right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where would we go?
Well, you always talked about how much you wanted to go to Puerto Rico. Let's do it. We could go to the airport and leave. Why not?
Don't you think this conversation's a bit premature? Last time I checked, I still had a wife at home.
Don't you think you'd like to be married to me, Paul?
Now, after the dinner, did you go right home or did you stop somewhere else?
No.
I went directly home. I didn't go anyplace else.
How far is the restaurant from your apartment?
It's a 10-minute drive.
And this restaurant usually stays open on Sunday nights till 11:30?
Yes, it stays open.
Paul, we're going to check with the restaurant. You understand that? We will check with them.
Yes, it stays open. But I didn't go home right away. Oh, what happened was after the restaurant, I walked Carol into her car.
Why don't you come pay me a visit?
Oh, Carolyn. Carolyn.
Please, Paul. Can I?
Someone might see us.
That's what makes it so exciting.
What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What on God's earth did I do?
Here we go. 208. Whoa.
Just make yourself at home. I'll be with you in a minute.
Thank you. Oh, now you see, this is great.
What's great?
All this stuff. This apartment, coming into the city, crack of dawn out before everybody.
You call that great?
You know?
No. Call sleeping late in my own bed great. This is terrible.
You know, you're a very boring guy.
Morning, gentlemen.
Miss Warmus, there's been an incident involving a Mr. Paul Solomon late last night. We'd like you to come down to the Grenville Springs Police Department to answer some questions.
Is he all right? What's happened?
Mr. Solomon is okay.
Is he Kristen? Has there been some sort of accident?
No. They're both fine.
There's been a murder, Miss Warnes. Betty Jean Solomon was killed several hours ago. You know Miss Solomon?
Yes, I knew her. Oh, Paul. Of course I don't mind going with you. I'll just be a minute. I'm sorry. I forgot to ask you fellas if you wanted something to drink. Some coffee?
No, thank you. Just straight ahead, please. Okay. Oh, let me help you with that.
Thank you.
There you go, right here.
Oh.
So that's Warmus, W-A-R-M-U-S.
Right.
Date of birth?
January 9th, 1964. I like your tie.
Place of birth?
Troy, Michigan. Silk?
Address?
485 East 72nd Street, New York, New York. 10021.
Father's name?
Thomas. Tom.
Mother's name?
Elizabeth? I bet your wife bought it for you.
Actually, I picked it out myself.
Oh.
Can you tell me about yesterday, January 15th? All right. What was your day like?
Well, I was at home all day, and then I met a friend for dinner at a restaurant in Yonkers. I got there at 7:30.
And that friend would be Paul Solomon.
Yes.
Miss Wallace, would you follow me, please? I think we have more privacy inside.
Whatever.
But I tell you.
We know you did it, Paul.
How can you say that?
Look, things are going to go a lot easier on you if you just tell us how and why you did it.
I didn't kill my wife. I didn't.
Okay, that's enough.
I didn't kill her.
I'm not going to let you ask him any more questions. Can't you see he's in shock?
My wife.
Look, my client will be happy to talk to you later, but not now. And just to make sure we understand each other, Lieutenant, Paul is not to be questioned by anyone without my being present. Come on, Paul. Go ahead, Paul, go. Lieutenant, let me ask you one thing. Exactly how was Mrs. Solomon murdered? I know she was shot, but what I want to know is how many times?
I'm sorry, Counselor. That's privileged information. Can't be disclosed at this time.
Hot coffee. So that was in 1987? You first met him?
Yeah. It was the beginning of the school year. We'd both been hired by the Granville Springs Elementary School. I was a computer science teacher, and Paul taught gym. When we first met, it was electric. I wanted him. And he wanted me.
I thought we were going to meet for lunch.
But I'm hungry now.
Carolyn, this is a boys' gym. You know, you could get in trouble.
I know.
I think you should go now.
Carolyn, hi. Mom, Dad, look who's here. Hi. Hi. Just got back from shopping and I can't wait to show you what I found. Ta-da! Is this for me? Yeah. Really? First rule of skiing, if you're gonna ski good, you gotta look good.
Carolyn, I can't let you do this. I know that's very expensive.
Oh, Betty Jean, please. I was gonna get it for myself anyway, and they didn't have my size. Then I knew it would fit Krista, and I had to get it. Besides, it wasn't that expensive anyway.
Hey, what's doing?
Dad, look what Carolyn bought me for our ski trip. Isn't it beautiful?
Carolyn.
Hey, if we're gonna be ski buddies, we gotta look the part, right? Mom, can I keep it? Please, please, please.
Carolyn, thank you very much. It's beautiful. We were about to sit down to dinner. I hope you'll join us. It's not very fancy.
Really, I would love to. I haven't eaten all day, and Paul's always telling me what a great cook you are.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm sure of that. Paul, can you help me out, please?
Sure.
You sure? Of course. So, are you a great skier? Kind of great. But then again, I've been skiing all my life. My dad taught me how to ski.
I try to get my dad to do things like that, but he prefers basketball and bowling.
Oh, you've got a terrific dad. I've talked to him a lot, and I know how much he loves you. In fact, there's been many times I've been jealous seeing you guys in your perfect family.
Yeah, we are pretty lucky, huh?
And I'll tell you something else. When your family isn't around, you can really, really miss them.
Here we are.
God, it looks like Thanksgiving. Oh, come here. Eat caught with your hand in the cookie jar. So, do you love her?
I don't know.
Who's the best? I can't hear you. Who's the best you ever had? Maybe it was all in my mind.
You gotta be strong. Come on, you gotta be strong.
Oh.
Thanks, Jane. Tell me when you get home, okay? Hi, Gary. Hi, Dad. Where's Mom?
Oh, baby.
Come on now. You guys know this better than me. It's been over 6 weeks. This case could have and should have been solved by now. In fact, if that 911 wasn't incorrectly routed, we might have caught the son of a bitch in a damn act.
Yeah, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
All right. Okay. Let's review what we do know. We know the exact time of the shooting happened within seconds of 7:15 p.m. Also, we know bullet wounds to head, chest, back, extremities, with penetrations to lungs, heart, and liver. We know that the blood samples taken from the murder scene all match Betty Jean's. We also know the hair strands taken from the floor and the furniture belong only to Paul, Kristen, and Betty Jean. And most importantly, we know now that the victim was killed with a .25 caliber gun equipped with a silencer, and that, my friend, is major.
What are we supposed to figure? Some kind of contract hit? That's not gonna play.
She wasn't hit by a pro.
Well, I wouldn't rule it out. My money is still on Solomon, but I wouldn't rule anything out. Call out what you want. Gut feeling, whatever, but that's what I believe.
I'm still not convinced. And Neil, I need your help with something.
What?
I want to subpoena Carolyn's home phone records.
Yeah.
I gotta know if she's still in touch with Solomon, and I want to double check that story that she called him the afternoon of the murder.
All right. I'll speak to Hamill.
You didn't mention the telltale sexual signs with Betty Jean. It was only there for a couple hours before her death.
So?
So you think Solomon could be so cold he could have sex with his wife in the afternoon, kill her in the evening, and make it with his girlfriend in a parking lot at night?
Yes, I do.
Carolyn, it would be a big mistake.
But Paul, it's been months. Can't you understand that I have to see you?
Please, please don't make it any tougher than it already is.
It'll be good for both of us. Can't you see that? Can't you see see that we need each other?
Carol, I can't. It wouldn't look right. Besides, Kristen and I are just starting to get our lives back together again.
I know. Me too. But if we just...
Carol, I can't. I can't see you right now.
Okay. I understand. But what if in the meantime, I just sent you a little note every once in a while? Would it be okay if I did something like that? Would you like that, Paul?
Yeah, okay. You can do that. I gotta go. I'll call you.
Hi, this is Carolyn. I'm not home right now, so please leave your name, your telephone number, and the time that you called. Bye.
Like I told you gentlemen on the phone, Carolyn Warmus was a former client of mine who hired my firm out to do some work for her. Nothing out of the ordinary. May I ask what she's done?
I never said she's done anything. We're just in the middle of a homicide investigation. Our name happened to come up. We found out in her phone records that she was associated with you. So we just want to know what, if anything, you know about her.
Interesting girl. But I'm not sure I could tell you anything more than I already have.
Try.
She's a real piece of work. First time I met her, she come waltzing in his office wearing a short white tennis dress with long tan legs. That's what I remember.
Mr. Parker. I'm Carolyn Warmus.
Hello. What brings you up here on such a warm day?
I need to hire a private investigator for a personal matter.
How personal?
It's really quite simple. I'm dating a man and he happens to be married. I hope you won't pass judgment on me.
Not at all, of course not.
He told me he's going to divorce his wife. I want to find out if he's lying.
Uh-huh.
And I want to be sure he isn't seeing someone else.
I see.
You don't have a problem with this, do you? I mean about me seeing a married man.
No problem at all, but it could get expensive.
I suspected it might.
I'll put someone on surveillance.
I'd like to join in. I'd like to watch.
Could get dangerous.
I might like that too.
I bet. As name is Jimmy Russo. He specializes in this kind of work. If I could assist you in any other way, please, don't hesitate to call. She smiles, that big smile. Waltzes back out the door.
Can I ask you, Mr. Parko, when was the last time you talked to Carolyn? Say in the last 6, 7 months.
She calls me every now and then.
Oh, yeah? How about on January 16th? We got here that she called you on that date. Can you tell us about that phone call?
She said she was feeling tired. She said something about police questioning her either earlier that day or night. She said they wanted to know something about a murder of a fellow teacher's wife. That's about all I could remember about that conversation.
Nothing else, right?
Well, there is one thing I should tell you, gentlemen. A lot of people thought Carolyn and I were fooling around, but that never happened. I mean, she was just infatuated with me because of the work I do. Just thought I'd mention it. I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression in case anybody's passing stories on me.
So that's it. That's everything, right?
That's it. That's everything.
That's it. That's everything.
If you have any question, please don't hesitate in seeking my help.
All men are overgrown, immature children.
And they all ask the same question. Was I the best you ever had? The fact is, they're all the same. Now, my theory is, if you're good, they'll be good. And take my word for it, girls, I'm not just good, I'm great.
So how are things on the Paul front?
Well, it's been very difficult for him. So we haven't seen each other in almost 4 months. Not since, you know.
Yeah.
But I think we're just about ready to pick up from where we left off.
Really?
Yes. And as a matter of fact, I just bought him a little gift, which I think he's going to love. Would you like to see it, girls?
What did you get the boy?
Well, now this is for his daughter, Kristen. Sweet little gold earrings.
Very nice.
And this is for the boy.
Magnificent.
Exquisite. You know, of all of my customers, you have the best taste.
So let's hear the card.
It's personal.
Right. Read.
My darling Paul, just a small token so you'll know I'm always thinking of you. I love you. Kisses. Carolyn.
Lieutenant, I need to know what to do about Carolyn. Now, ever since the murder, she's been calling me several times a week. I mean, she's even been sending Kristen and I little gifts. She wants us to get together, which I'm not going to do. She won't stop. Now, what am I supposed to do?
Well, sooner or later, you're going to have to confront her. I mean, there's not much we can do about it.
What'd you tell her last time you talked to her?
Well, I didn't tell her we were through or anything like that. I just said that because of what happened, I thought it might be best if we weren't to see each other for a while. Carolyn is not really one to take no for an answer. You might as well know that I've been dating other women, one in particular. I don't see Carolyn, but I'm dating again. I thought you ought to know.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that possibly your wife was having an affair?
Well, she never said anything directly to me, but I had suspicions that something could be going on.
Any idea who with?
No, I don't.
You never confronted her directly with this?
No.
Well, thank you very much. You've been very forthright. I think we're very close to making an arrest.
I mean, do you believe that guy? I'm telling you, that whole group up there is nuttier than a damn fruitcake.
No one's going to believe us when we tell them what's going on here. I mean, while he's making it with someone in the classroom, she's making it with somebody in the office. It's unbelievable.
I want you guys to nail that bastard.
Let's grab a dog. Are you crazy? You get sick on those things. Come on.
So you want to know about Carolyn, huh? That is one ditzy broad. Good looking and very smart and a great body, but a little wacky for my taste, you know what I mean?
Your friend Parker told us you did some surveillance with her. What was that about?
No, he is no friend of mine. Piece of melon, gentlemen? Yeah, we did a little surveillance on some married guy. It was nothing big, just to check it out, see if he was going to leave his wife for Carolyn. We followed him out to this place called Sandalwood, somewhere in Jersey. And we took some pictures because Carolyn wanted to get something compromising to send to his wife. The idea was to do a cut and paste job. You know, a little superimposing when necessary, huh? So, 2 days later, I had to go up to her place to get some shots of her. Picture this.
Hi, Jimmy. Follow me. I'm all yours.
Let's get to work. Well, anyway, for about the next hour or so, I took a roll of color film in that outfit and a roll of color in a bunch of others. Then she changed into a blue, see-through thingamajig, and all the time she's laughing and she's making small talk. Finally, she changes into this black and white tiger skin something or other, and she became this cat.
Aren't you excited?
I'm excited? What kind of question is that? Am I excited? No, I'm not excited. She says, well, maybe this'll help. Right in the gazoinkas. So naturally, I grabbed my equipment. I got the hell out of there as fast as I could. And that, boys, is my Carolyn Warmer story.
Which is a very nice story indeed. But what about the Jersey guy? What about him? Did you ever send him the pictures?
I didn't have to. About a week later, I meet up with Carolyn and let her know the cut and paste job ain't gonna work. And she says to me, not to worry. She met some other guy.
Already working on it. Here you go. It's for you, my friend. Hey, thanks.
I'm telling you, you should try it sometime. It's all that tension.
Right.
Bye.
Carol. Carolyn!
Seems like forever.
Me too.
I was playing golf. I must look awful.
You look great.
You don't look so bad yourself.
Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah, sure.
Does it keep good time?
my God, I almost forgot I was wearing it. It's beautiful. It keeps great time. I love it. And those earrings you got Kristen. She's crazy about them.
You know how much pleasure I got shopping for those gifts? I'm just glad to see you wearing it.
I'll have to get something nice for you.
You don't have to get me anything. I'd just be happy to spend a quiet evening alone with you. And I might even cook.
We'll plan on it. Well, it's been great.
Aren't you gonna walk me to my door?
I just don't think I should.
But I want to show you something.
Carolyn, I shouldn't.
I redecorated the whole apartment. I did it with you in mind.
I can't.
Do you like it? I did it for you and Kristen.
Paul, since you're still not here and you still haven't called me, I have no choice but to assume you're having car problems and you haven't been able to get to a payphone to call me. Either that, well, there's no reason to go into the other possibilities right now. So when you get my messages, will you please call me and let me know where you are? Because I'm really very upset. And I'm very worried.
Hi, Barb. Oh, is this Barbara Baller?
No, this is her roommate, Tammy. Barb's not here.
Oh, damn. I guess I must have missed her. Tell me, has Barb already gone down to Puerto Rico with Paul Solomon?
Who did you say this was?
Gosh, I'm sorry. Madeline Newman. I'm a good friend of Barb's from the Grenville Springs School. I'm a teacher. I don't know. We might have. Listen, it's very important that I speak to Barb about something. I hate having to disturb her on her vacation, but I think I better call her. She's at the San Juan Beach Hotel, right? That's right. Listen, thanks a million. You've been a doll. And when Barb comes back, we'll have to make sure she introduces us.
Yeah, we should.
Okay, bye. Guess what, Mortimer? We're going on vacation. Mr. Paul Solomon, please.
I'm sorry, but there's still no answer in
Then I'd like to leave a message.
This is Miss Murderous, correct?
Yes, it is.
Miss Murderous, I've already left several messages. But
Well, then I'd like to leave still another message, if you don't mind. Please tell Mr. Solomon that Carolyn is here. I'm at the San Juan Beach Hotel, and I am waiting at poolside. Thank you. Trying to reach one of your guests, and your desk clerk has been nothing but rude and uncooperative. Now, I know Paul Solomon is there, but she refuses to put me through.
Miss Wormus, please.
Will you kindly ring his room?
Miss Wormus,
We have repeatedly told you the hotel guest you are trying to reach has not been in his room to receive your calls.
Well, then the least you can do is give me his damn room number so that I can visit him in person.
But as our operator has informed you so many times, we cannot give out room numbers. Now, I will be happy to take the message.
Hello.
Paul, it's Tammy, Barb's roommate.
Oh, hi, Tammy. How you doing? Yeah, just a second.
Can I talk to her, please?
Yeah, she's just getting out of the shower, Tammy. Barbara, it's Tammy. All right, coming.
Hey, Tammy, what's going on?
Mr. Solomon, this is Ali Baez. I'm security director of the hotel, and if I could please have a word with you, I would appreciate it.
I wanted to let you know that a woman has been calling the hotel all day trying to reach you. Do you know someone named Carolyn Wormus?
Yeah, I do. Did she say whether she was calling long distance or not?
She said she was staying at the San Juan Beach Hotel, right here on the island.
Thanks. Thanks a lot.
Are you worried?
No, not really. So, what did Tammy have to say for herself?
You know, we were just laughing about it, but now I'm starting to get a little worried. Tammy said she received a call from one of my friends who wanted to know where we were staying. Tammy said she felt a little strange about that call, so she decided to call this friend back. And my friend said she had never called me. Paul, I'm scared.
Hello, is this Mrs. Marie Baller?
Yes, it is. May I help you?
This is Detective Susan Ball from the Grenville Springs Police Department in New York.
What?
Mrs. Baller, we're investigating the murder of a woman named Betty Jean Solomon.
Well,
And it has come to our attention that your daughter, Barbara Baller, has been dating the victim's husband, Mr. Paul Solomon.
yes. Go on, please.
Mrs. Baller, It's important you know that Mr. Solomon is our prime suspect in this murder. We believe he killed his wife by shooting her 7 or 8 times with a small caliber gun. I thought you might want to know that your daughter may be in some danger. And that you might want to help persuade her to end her relationship with this murder suspect.
I'll call my daughter right away. I promise I'll do whatever I can to speak to her about this. I don't...
Well, we do appreciate your cooperation, and we will be in touch.
Well, you're welcome.
Goodbye.
Okay, I hear you. Now, what exactly would you like me to do about it? It's woman's time.
The San Juan police are giving us an escort to the airport here. And I want you or one of your other officers to meet our flight at LaGuardia and give us an escort home.
Meet us at the gate. Not in baggage.
Okay, don't worry about a thing. We'll take care of everything.
Thanks. He says he'll get right on it. Overreact.
I have a taxi waiting. The police escort.
Plenty of time. I'm telling you, she's pathological.
One of you is.
All right, come on, let's go, Come on.
Okay. Let's say Carolyn did it. So she makes a date with Solomon. Drives over to the condo. Betty Jean lets her in, because after all, they're such good friends. So a little time goes by. And before you know it, Carolyn hits Betty Jean over the head with something. They struggle. Betty Jean manages to crawl to her phone. She dials 911. Carolyn shoots her a few times. When she's laying there in a heap, Carolyn calmly comes over, places one foot on her back, and puts 4 or 5 more slugs into her. Now, that's what you're telling me, right?
That's exactly what we're saying.
Oh,
yeah.
this is good. Okay. So then she dusts herself off, turns out the lights, goes out on the balcony, and drives herself to her date with Solomon. All dressed up, all relaxed, and hungry. Sits down, eats a nice, juicy cheeseburger, has some champagne, and then makes it with the guy in the parking lot. And all the while never conveying any signs that she just killed his wife.
Works for me.
What's the matter with that?
Prove it.
Okay, let's go to the blackboard. What do we got? Alibi, none. Motive, jealousy, mental state, deranged. Personal history, repeats obsessive relationships with married men. Always with married men.
Don't forget her recent stint with Solomon in Puerto Rico.
Repeated phone calls with Paul Solomon, Pillersdorf, Barbara Ballard's mother. As a matter of fact, when she called Barbara Ballard's mother, she mentioned that Betty Jean was shot 7 or 8 times. And like we have always said, who could possibly know that but the killer? Thank you very much.
Something just came in, and if it's what I think it is, I might be making your week.
Why don't you let me decide that for myself?
I took a call a short while ago from California, a Rocco Lovetier Jr. Said he might have some information regarding a murder investigation. Thought it might be important for us to know that a private investigator from Manhattan, a fellow named Vincent Parco, sold Carolyn Wormus a .25 caliber handgun equipped with a silencer.
Well, thanks, kid. You might have just made my week.
Well, I'm just doing my job, boss. That's all.
Well, this case just turned with a vengeance.
What am I
you under arrest.
I'll get right to the point, sir. We understand from a Mr. Rocco Lovatier Jr. that you had in your possession a .25 caliber handgun fitted with a silencer shortly before the murder of Betty Jean Solomon.
Which is illegal in this state.
We have very good reason to believe that that gun was the murder weapon.
Information which you previously and knowingly withheld from us.
Now, the way I see it, one of three things happened. You either gave or sold the gun to Carolyn Warmus, and she killed Betty Jean Solomon herself. Or Carolyn Warmus set you up with the victim's husband, he ended up with the gun and offed his wife. Or she paid you to commit the murder and you killed Betty Jean Solomon in cold blood.
It was either her and the husband.
Well, you. Pick one.
Look. I got a level with you guys. You're right about that gun. I had it made for her because Carolyn asked me for one. She paid me $2,500. As God is my witness, I honestly had no idea she was planning on using it to kill anybody. I mean, she told me she wanted it for personal protection. That's all I know. That's the truth.
Guys, take it apart.
Am I going to be arrested?
No, Mr. Parko, you can walk out of here anytime you want.
We're just going to take some of your records with us, that's all.
Can we work something out here?
Wow!
So we have a warrant to search for items connected to the murder of Betty Jean Solomon.
Wait a minute. Do you mind telling me what the hell you're looking for?
Warmus, why don't you have a seat right over here? That's it. That's a judge's signature right there.
Open everything and look good. Tear it up, Joey.
Father. Check this out. But first, listen to this. Dear Paul, please understand that this is a very difficult letter for me to write. Over the past several weeks, I've repeatedly attempted to write a note which would implicate myself in Betty Jean's murder. But not being privy to all the information the real murder would have has always impeded me. Therefore, what do you think of the idea of my sending you some signed, notarized blank pieces of my stationery? You can then type in whatever you think would satisfy the police. Whoa, there's a first. The suspect leaves something laying around, and then we're supposed to go sniffing off in the other direction.
Oh, get a load of this. It's the things to remember suicide note with an invite list to a funeral and some very specific instructions. Huh. Please bury me in something sporty, perhaps even my favorite white tennis outfit. I always thought it made me look cute and sexy without being cheap. I would like to have my hair combed in either a page boy or ponytail. I often wear it that way while playing. I would appreciate it if you would bury, along with me, a photograph of Paul, Kristen, my sister and brother, my mother and dad, and my favorite stuffed animals, Mortimer, Alphonse, and Little Fluff.
Carolyn Warmus, you are charged with murder in the second degree of Betty Jean Solomon. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Miss Warmus, we have a comment for the press, please. Miss Warmus. Miss Warmus. Can we have a comment for the press, please, Miss Warmus? Your father here. Comment. How do you think you'll do today? Just a comment, please.
I think it's too soon for any comment, but I'd just like to say that I'm glad to be here, and I think justice will be served. Thank you.
Are you pleased with the defense, Miss Warmus? Sweetheart. Here, come on, get around
You have got to be kidding me. She looks like she just stepped off a plane from Hollywood. Bodyguard and all.
Warmus does white planes.
All rise!
Good morning, gentlemen. Miss Warmus, are we ready to begin?
We are, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bring in the jury.
Kristen, tell us about your ski trip with Carolyn. What'd you two talk about?
We talked about a lot of things. How excited I was about skiing, boys. We talked about my mom and my dad. You know, if they fought about her. She didn't think my mom liked her very much.
Why? What led you to believe that she didn't think your mom liked her? What did she say?
Well, Carolyn asked me, your mom doesn't like me, does she? And I said, no, she does like you. But in the back of my mind, I knew that my mom didn't like her at all.
What else did Carolyn ask you about your parents that weekend?
She would ask me about my dad, what people thought about him, stuff like that. And she would tell me what a wonderful father he was, and what a great man he was, and what a great teacher he was. All I could say was, yeah.
Kristen, could you tell us about your relationship with your two parents?
Well, my father was basically an overprotective father, not wanting his little girl to grow up. But I was very close to him. I always have been. My dad is a very loving man and very warm. And my mom is not. Was not.
Did you love her, Kristen?
Yes.
Do you miss her?
Yes, very much.
Mr. Parko, when you explained to Ms. Wormus that it would take 6 to 8 months to get a gun with a silencer, how did she respond?
She said it was too long to wait. She wanted it faster. She definitely wanted it faster.
Well, now, if Ms. Wormus wanted a gun purely for protection, as you've stated, why do you think she wanted a silencer?
Well, the silencer might have been my idea. I mentioned to her that if you're going to practice with a gun, you're not on a range, it makes a lot of noise. On the other hand, with a silencer, she could practice in relative obscurity.
What'd she think of this idea?
She said it was a great idea, and from that point on, she became obsessed with getting a gun with a silencer.
And were you eventually able to get her such a gun?
Yes, it was a .25 caliber Beretta Jetfire. I believe I gave it to her the first week of January, 1989.
No! No!
Counselors.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
I'm not quite sure, but she hasn't been feeling well, Your Honor. This morning, as my assistant was driving her here, she fainted twice and she was vomiting up blood.
Well, do you believe Miss Wormus will be able to continue today, or would you prefer that I just...
Let me talk to her. If it's at all possible, I prefer to continue.
Vomiting, right. Lady's starting to lose it big time.
Your Honor, we're ready to continue.
Very well. Mr. Hamill.
Mr. Parko, did you have occasion to discuss this gun with Ms. Wormus on January 16th, 1989?
It was during this conversation that she described to me an incident which had occurred the night before, where she was questioned by police officers from Westchester about someone who'd been bludgeoned to death.
She said bludgeoned?
I specifically asked her if the person was shot. She said no, they were bludgeoned.
And it was during this conversation that you asked her about the gun?
Yeah, I did. I asked her what she did with the gun I gave her, and she told me I could come and pick it up. Then she calls me back, and she says I didn't have to come. So I asked her, why not? She told me she threw the gun away on the parkway. And that was the last time we had a conversation about that gun.
Thank you.
Mr. Parko, for your testimony, did you request and were you granted immunity by the state of New York?
Yes, I was.
It's my wife. I think she's dead. Please, I need help. Will you come? Calm down. What's your name? My name is Paul Solomon. Please, please help me. For God's sake. Where are you? We're at the Scarsdale Terrace Apartments in Grenville Springs. Now, please, get here. What happened? My wife needs help. She's not moving. She's covered with blood. For God's sake.
Mr. Solomon, from the time of your wife's wake until late May 1989, did you ever see the defendant, Carolyn Wormus?
No. I talked to her various times on the phone, but I never saw her. She did send me lots of notes and cards, but I never responded.
Did there come a time after June 1989 that you did indeed see her?
Yes. As I remember the evening, it was in late July. I was playing in a basketball league in Manhattan with a bunch of other old men. I knew that I'd eventually have to see Carolyn again. I knew how much she meant to me. So I decided, since I was near where she lived, I'd stop and see her. I got there just as she was coming back from a golf lesson, and she was somewhat surprised to see me because we hadn't seen each other since the wake. She invited me up to her apartment, but I didn't feel comfortable with that, so I invited her to go for a drink at this singles bar just down the street.
And she accepted?
Yes. And the thing I remember most about that night was that at some point I turned to her and I said, Carolyn, I hate to ask you this question. As difficult as it is, I have to know the truth. Did you have anything to do with Betty Jean's death? And she took both my hands in hers. And she said, I'm so glad that you feel comfortable enough to ask me that question. No, I didn't. I could never do anything to hurt you or Kristen. Well, we continued to talk, and I told her that it had been so difficult, and it had been terrible, and how guilty I felt. Because of the fact that I'd been with her the night that Betty Jean died.
Don't you dare follow me.
Continue, please.
Go on, Mr. Solomon.
I always felt if I'd been there, at home, I could have stopped what happened.
Did you go back to Carolyn's apartment that night?
Yes. She redecorated and wanted me to see what a wonderful job she'd done.
Were the two of you intimate?
To tell you the truth, all I remember is a long, very passionate kiss. And then I told her that we could never see each other again. And that thought upset us both very much.
Miss Wormus, step forward. Hey, defendant has a right and an obligation to be present at all stages of the trial. This means that you may not leave this room without my permission. Is that understood?
What if you're at sidebar? Am I allowed to
If
come up
at
and
any
interrupt?
time you absent yourself willfully without my permission, I will issue a bench warrant whereby you will be arrested and taken into custody and brought here.
What if I deliberately stay away?
Sit down! Mr. Hamill.
I really have no further questions. Thank you, Mr. Solomon. Your witness.
Mr. Solomon, referring to that night in late July 1989 when you surprised Ms. Warmus with a visit, is it true that after you went to the bar that you returned to Carolyn's apartment and the two of you had sex?
No. No, I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
I honestly can't remember.
You mean you can remember having sex with her on the night of the murder in January 1989, but you're having difficulty remembering whether or not you had sex with her a full 6 months later in July of 1989?
I simply can't recall. Now, I'm trying honestly to remember, but I just can't.
You don't remember commenting on how Miss Warmus' lingerie happened to match her clothing?
I might have. It's very hard to resist, Carolyn.
Let's change the subject to something easier for you to remember. Mr. Solomon, is it true you knew that by testifying you would be granted immunity?
Yes. Yes, I was told that.
You would get immunity from being prosecuted as the killer of your wife, right?
You mean prosecuted for the crime that was committed? Yes.
That's what you wanted immunity from, right?
Well, it's hard to want something for something you haven't done.
You know you could have waived immunity, right? You could have signed a document that said, I don't need immunity, right?
Correct.
But you didn't.
No, I did not.
Mr. Solomon, you earlier testified that on the night of the shooting, you had promised your wife that you would return home early. Isn't that true?
Yes, it is. I did.
But you didn't get home early, did you?
No, I didn't.
And you didn't. Because you knew there was no reason to keep that promise. Because your wife was already dead.
You know, for you to make that kind of statement is so obscene and so horrible. And the fact that someone can manipulate facts or words or half-truths or incomplete reports and to throw up some kind of vague vision of something, it's obscene and so disgusting. I mean, I accept my guilt for this affair. But for you to make that comment, for you to throw that kind of light on me, I only hope to God that when I'm judged and punished, that you're judged and punished for what you've done here.
God will have to punish you, sir. The state of New York can't. Because you made an agreement for immunity.
I'm sorry to report, we have a hung jury. Silence in the court! Silence! The defendant will remain free on her $250,000 bond, pending a decision by the district attorney's office as to how they wish to proceed.
All this for a tie.
We gave him everything, a motive, the gun, the ammunition.
Carol? Miss Warmus? Miss Warmus!
Nobody cares about me. Nobody cares at all.
I'm sorry, Mr. Warmus, but I told you before, it's impossible for me to continue if they decide to retry Carolyn.
You are putting me in an untenable position, sir.
Look, I appreciate that, but I've done the best I can, and I will continue to make every effort to help in the transition with whomever takes over her defense. I hope you'll understand.
I don't think so. I'm afraid that's just not good enough, Mr. Lewis. Mr. Aaronwall, welcome to our little group. I'm sure in no time at all you'll be as familiar with everyone as I am.
I'm sure I will.
I met Carolyn Warmus when we both worked at Rome Telecommunications in Manhattan.
Miss Gatai, when you worked with Ms. Wormus, did you work in close proximity to one another?
Yes, we did. Our desks were right next to one another.
Was there a common locker room?
Yeah, there was. The girls would meet there before and after work. It's a good place for a smoke.
Would you describe to us the incident involving your driver's license in August of 1988?
It disappeared from my locker. That's where I kept my purse. I don't know exactly when it was taken. I just noticed one day that it was gone. I didn't think much about it at the time.
Now, Miss Gatai, was there any money taken from your purse?
No, that's the funny thing about it. The only thing that was missing was my driver's license.
During our investigation of Miss Warmus's phone records, we discovered that on the morning of January 15th, 1989...
That's the morning of the evening that Betty Jean Solomon was murdered.
Yes, sir. On that morning, we discovered that a call had been placed from Miss Warmus's apartment to Ray's Sports Shop in Plainfield, New Jersey.
What was the significance of that phone call?
Well, further investigation disclosed that later that day, a woman fitting Miss Warmus's description purchased a box of .25 caliber Winchester bullets from that store.
It's the same brand and caliber as was used to murder Betty Jean Solomon later on in her home.
That's correct.
Now, detective, citizens purchasing firearms ammunition in the state of New Jersey are required to provide proof of identity and to sign certain disclosure forms, are they not?
Yes, sir.
Can you please tell us the name of the woman who signed for that ammunition at Ray's Sports Shop?
Yes, sir. The lady's name was Lisa Katai.
Your Honor, the prosecution rests.
The defense calls Tom Warmus.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you are about to give in the cause now pending before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
I do.
You may take a seat.
So you're Carolyn Warmus' father, is that true, sir?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Warmus, would you please tell the court about a telephone conversation that you had in the summer of 1989?
I was at my home in Franklin Hills, Michigan, when I received a call from a gentleman who identified himself as Vincent Parco. He said he was a friend of my daughter's, and she was running around with some shady people who could be in trouble. He then offered to help me, but that it would cost me big bucks. He said I'm talking big six-figure
Warmus. You have been found guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Betty Jean Solomon. Before imposing sentence, do you have anything to say?
I stand before you an innocent person. And this is very, very difficult for me. I am accused of making phone calls to a gun shop in New Jersey, which I never knew existed.
I'm sorry I can't hear you.
Your Honor, I never phoned Ray's gun shop. And I never went there. And I never stole Lisa Katai's license. I never owned a gun. Nor did I ever borrow one from Vincent Pargo. I would never do anything to hurt Kristen. Or Paul Solomon. And I can promise you that I did not kill Betty Jean Solomon. I am innocent of this crime. I am innocent. I could never do such a thing.
I can't hear you.
So please, Your Honor, please don't hurt me for something I couldn't do. Something I wouldn't do. I wasn't brought up that way. If I'm guilty of anything, I'm guilty of falling in love with a man who deceived me. Who made promises he couldn't keep. Never intended to keep. I have nothing more to say.